Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to give you a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. So before we start, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So if you haven't got it yet, your seat for the intuition activation webinar is on the link in the description box below. And remember, you will get the recording, you'll get lifetime access to it, so you can watch it whenever you please. You don't have to be there on the day. For your key to the week, you have the World card. The world is not enough. Funnily enough, it's the universe in this deck. And the thing that I find really interesting is those are literally the words that I heard in my mind. But this isn't from like a, oh, you know, I want everything. So it's not like that. This is more a case of this week, you are going to come into the understanding of where you can, in your own way, conquer the world. Where it is that this week you should put your energies, where it is that you should focus your attention. More importantly, what ties and connections, where is your community? Who are your people? What is the, and what does it look like? What does your tribe look like? Who are the people that you should be connected to, right? There's a really strong sense of this, which I absolutely love. Now, because it's the World card as well, remember this is always a big change of some sort. If the Judgment card were a big change, then the World card would be the completion of that change. Very often I see this for people when they are getting promotions. Very often I see this for people when they are getting, what's the word? Yeah, promotions. You know, maybe they're getting married, maybe they're becoming parents, etc. So there's a big change that is making itself known and felt in your life over the course of this week. And what I really love about it as well, for a lot of you, whatever you've been working really hard on that you're about to bring into the world, it's really well received. So good stuff. For your actions and options, you have the Moon card, right? And this is coupled with the Universe card. So for those of you that are trying to conceive, this is a great week for it. For those of you that are, and this could be a very reflective week for a lot of you, especially if you are a Taurus ascendant, because that means that Aries is your true 12th house and the sun is coming into that space, which means in some way, shape or form, there could be a blast from the past, but this is somebody like from your very deep past. This would be somebody that you haven't seen or heard from in 10 plus years. You know, and because you've got the Moon card, this could literally be you taking an actual trip down memory lane. Maybe you're visiting somewhere that you haven't been for a very long time. Maybe you're seeing somebody or reaching out to somebody that you haven't seen in a very long time. And this is a really powerful reading in that regard, because the Moon card sees you not only reflective but really focused on your past in some way, shape or form. Now what I want to say to you is, with these two cards coupled here, you have the opportunity to rewrite something, to redo something. You have another shot at something. You have another shot at changing something or doing something very, very different to the way that you did it the first time round. Now, even though there's no Jupiterian energy in these cards as yet, there is a very strong sense here that there's a second chance at something, to rewrite history in some way, shape or form. And we very rarely get a chance to do that. So pay attention. For your communications and conversations, you have the 10 of Cups. Of course you do. For those of you that are partnered, married, in relationships or wanting to conceive, this is a very fertile week for you. This is a very potent week for you. So I would get busy making babies if you're in the position to want that. Now, when it comes to your communications this week, they are easy, they're harmonious. There's a strong sense here this week. You are connecting with people that feel like home. You are connecting with people that feel like tribe. For some of you as well, this could suggest that there are reconciliations on the horizon. Maybe things will never be the same again, but there is definitely a chance for reconciliation this week, which I absolutely love for you. Now, for those of you that work for somebody else, this week you could literally be coming into the realization that, you know what, working for somebody else is done. I'm ready to do my own thing. For some of you, this could be, and the words that I'm hearing are starting my own agency, whatever that means to you. This could be, I'm starting my own company, I'm starting my own business, I'm creating my exit strategy. For a lot of you, this is you creating what that exit strategy looks like. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, etc., this is, quite frankly, big business. There is something big shaping up in your world, and it's in response or relation to something that you've worked very hard at, something that you've put a lot of time, effort and energy into is going to start paying out and creating material security. I'm really excited because I've got so many Taurian friends and clients, and it's like the hard work that I kept saying to them, I know you're frustrated, but you're so close. It's just so nice to see this, because I'm like, yes, it's about to start shaping up. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this is you literally doing what Taurians do best, creating comfort and security around yourselves, but not just in a material sense. This is, you know, you looking at your emotional life. Maybe you're talking to somebody this week about your feelings, which is, again, not a very Taurian trait, but maybe this week you are ready to open up about something. Maybe there's something this week that you're ready to share because you feel comfortable and secure enough to do so, which is great, wonderful, really. For your money and materials this week, you have the Share card, which is actually the Temperance card. So look at this, we're 2 for 3 so far with the major cards. Now, when it comes to your money, for those of you that have had money or financial challenges or issues, now especially those of you that are partnered or in relationships, the image that I have in my mind, and this has come up a lot recently, the image that I have in my mind is a ship and somebody knocking holes in the bottom of it. It's like one of you steering the ship, right, you know, financially, this is where we need to be, this is what we need to do, and then the other one's like down in the bottom chiseling holes in the boat, right? And this week I think you're going to find the balance point with that. I think you're going to be having a very frank conversation with your partner about your money, about your finances, and you're going to get them aligned. For those of you that aren't in partnerships and Taurians in general, the Temperance card suggests that this week your money goes through a spell of healing. Your finances, your material existence, this is the complete opposite. So like if it were down here previously, the scales of providence, karma, you know, whatever you want to call it, they're swinging in your favor. Basically, there's a sense here that something is changing, something is moving, right? So the money looks good this week. It is, I mean, for a lot of you, I'm literally hearing you say it's about in time, and you know, fair enough. The other thing with the Temperance card, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, for those of you that have had or have chronic health issues, this week you could be getting to the bottom of them. You could be having either a realization, or somebody could be having maybe you're having a conversation with somebody, you know, and they describe something and they say, oh yeah, you know, so-and-so's got this, and you know, this is what they've been experiencing, and you think, hang on a sec, that's exactly what I have. It's like this week you're going to get to the bottom of something, and the information that you get clicks everything into place for you for your own healing. So, and it might be a really because the Temperance card, I mean, yes, it can, I've seen it represent doctors, healing, medical professionals, absolutely, but very often it has that slight sort of I've seen just recently, actually, I did a reading where the card actually came up for a homeopath, as did the Queen of Cups. So, you know, this is what I mean. It's really interesting because it suggests that wherever you're getting this information, it's not like the hardcore you know, allopathic model. Like, you're getting this information from a different source than you would usually get it. Now, that's not me saying by any stretch, you know, always defer to a good, you know, well practiced and qualified doctor. I'm not a medical professional, but this week you could be getting to the root of something that's been a challenge for you. And for your home and environment, in a lot of ways, whatever you're doing to change the home this week, you could see some real good progress made. So if you've started works on the home however long ago and it's like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever, this week you will be seeing some real advancement. You'll be able to really see things move ahead. Now, this year is the year of the metal ox. I am by no means a feng shui expert, but just from a workshop that I did with a lady at the beginning of this year, one of the things that she said, especially if you are doing outside works, put something metal and something, so it has to be metal, specifically metal, and it has to be really heavy. So the only thing that came to mind for me was, like, you know, like a door stopper, or you know, like maybe a metal statue of some sort. Put something heavy in the place that the construction is taking place, and it should ground the energy for you. So yeah, just as an aside, I thought I would add that. And then for your love and relations, you've got the Page of Wands. For those of you that are partnered, this is definitely sexy time. This is definitely sensual time, and especially because you've got the World card there, this is newfound sensuality. It's new communication in the relationship, that Ten of Cups there. This is you having found your relationship back to where you want it to be. It's reconnection, you know, on a deeper level. And it is also a very fertile energy, you know, so really use that to your advantage. For those of you that are single, be open to it. Now, what comes up here is a time sequence. Page of Wands coupled with the Temperance card is the time of Sagittarius. So whatever's taking place for you over the course of this week, you are very likely to be revisiting at the latter end of the year. So between November and the 21st of, you know, the end of November coming into the 21st of December, that period there. So we're coming into the spring equinox. So at the winter solstice, or just before the winter solstice, whatever you're experiencing now is likely to come up again then. For those of you that are single, this is great. It's just a really nice, warm energy. And it does look like this week somebody will be expressing maybe a bit of interest in you. So pay attention to what's being said, the energy, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when people say read the room, this is one of those moments where you might need to observe, because it looks like this person is either a little bit shy, maybe not in the banter department, you know, maybe they're ribbing you and you think, oh, I don't bloody know you that well, why are you giving me so much grief? And it's not that they're giving you grief, it's a signal that they like you. It was so much simpler when you were little. You could just punch someone in the arm and that kind of meant that do you know what I mean? But unfortunately as adults, we complicate things far too much. So with that said, have a great week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care and I'll see you soon.